Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we are not just talking about pocket change. No, we're unearthing million-dollar secrets hiding in plain sight. Coins that don't just jingle, they roar with value. You're about to unlock the gateway to the most elite, the most jaw-dropping, and the most mind-melting treasures of US coinage. Welcome to a world where 5 cents can become $100,000 or more, where history collides with fortune, and where you could be holding a gold mine in your palm and not even know it. This isn't just a video, it's your entry ticket to the hidden vault of the Jefferson nickel empire. These are not ordinary coins. These are ultra-rare beasts that have shocked auction houses, stunned expert collectors, and flipped the fortunes of everyday people like you and me. Subscribe now and hit that bell, because this channel, your channel, brings you nothing but verified, fresh, and elite coin knowledge, straight from the underground vaults of the rare coin world. Let's dive into our first monster. Coin number 1, 1961. Jefferson nickel with D, mint mark brown spots. Fine condition? Are you ready to witness the coin that transformed a routine collector into an overnight legend? The 1961 Jefferson nickel with the Denver mint mark, marked by natural brown spotting and preserved in fine condition, is not just rare, it is explosively scarce. This isn't some dusty nickel in a jar. This is a historical time capsule, a treasure stamped with destiny, and today, it commands a value that can redefine your life. The year 1961 was a time of Cold War tension, space race fever, and a booming American economy. Amidst all of this, the U.S. Mint quietly released millions of Jefferson nickels. But one small batch struck at the Denver Mint carried a striking anomaly: unique planchet reactions, dye variations, and subtle discolorations, which withstood decades in hiding. The coin in our spotlight carries those mysterious brown spots, often dismissed by the unaware, but worshipped by elite numismatists who know their true value. Made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, this nickel seems ordinary until you know its story. The subtle shift in minting pressure, a rare dye polish anomaly, and toning caused by long-term envelope storage created a surface that shines with history. The coin's natural brown spotting adds to its mystique, making it a prime suspect for auction house bidding wars. So why is this particular 1961 with D. Jefferson nickel so outrageously valuable? Because only a whisper few of these exist in this fine condition, with these exact traits. Most were lost, spent, damaged, or melted. The survivors? They're locked away in high-security vaults, owned by collectors who will never part with them unless the price is jaw-droppingly high. Now brace yourself, because this coin, in this condition, fine with original mint mark and authentic brown spotting, has been valued in recent auction circles at a staggering $108,000. Yes, you heard that right. Not a typo, $108,000. You could be holding a six-figure payday right now without even knowing it. This is no ordinary piece of metal. This is an inheritance from American history, a gold mine hidden in silver skin, and a passport to elite collector status. Collectors across the country are scouring old jars, estate sales, and bank rolls to locate these very coins. Demand has never been higher and supply has never been lower. Every year that passes, fewer of these coins remain in discoverable circulation. This is a market on fire, and you, yes, you, might be the one to strike the next treasure vein. So what exactly makes this coin command such powerful attention? It's the trifecta of rarity, the combination of a rare Denver dye run, unique surface spotting due to chemical reaction from envelope aging, and its fine level condition with no modern damage. Coins like this don't just grow in value, they explode. Auction houses from Heritage to Stack's Bowers have seen bidding wars spiral out of control once coins of this caliber hit the floor. Never clean a coin like this. Those brown spots? They're not blemishes, they're badges of honor, confirming authenticity and original aging. If you spot a 1961 with a D nickel with these features, submit it for professional grading immediately. Confirmation could turn your casual find into a life-altering payday. Let's wrap up this magnificent story with one truth: the 1961 D. Jefferson nickel, brown spotted and in fine condition, is more than a rare coin. It is a collector's prophecy, a financial volcano, and a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. If you have one, you might just be sitting on a legendary jackpot. But don't blink yet, because the next Jefferson nickel on our list is even more shocking. The kind of coin that turns ordinary lives into headlines and stuns even the oldest collectors in the room. Stay locked in, because what you're about to see next might just be the holy grail of nickels. Coin number 2, 1960 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark, green layer, fine condition. If you thought the 1961 with D Jefferson nickel was impressive, then get ready, because coin number 2 in our ultra-rare collection is not just rare, it's radioactive with value. I'm talking about the 1960 Jefferson nickel, born in the Denver Mint, cloaked in mystery, and wearing a naturally formed green layer like a badge of ancient wealth. Now hear me clearly, this isn't just a coin. This is a vault cracker, a life changer, a mythic piece of American treasure. This specific specimen, with its distinct green layer and fine condition, is not just in demand, it is being hunted by the elite. Auction floors have gone silent when one of these appears, only to erupt moments later in furious six-figure bidding wars. Let's unlock the deeper truth of this coin, because its story is nothing short of legendary. The year 1960 was a pivotal moment in American history. The Cold War was boiling, the civil rights movement was rising, and the United States Mint was pumping out nickels to keep pace with a growing economy. But among the standard issue nickels, something mysterious happened in Denver. A rare chemical anomaly affected a small batch of these coins. A subtle mix of planchet preparation flaws and unique storage conditions led to a naturally forming green oxidation layer over time. Most people have no idea what they are looking at when they see this green hue. They wipe it, clean it, spend it. But the collectors who know, they understand that this green patina is the fingerprint of fate. It is completely natural, caused by trace amounts of sulfur or moisture reacting with the coin's copper-nickel alloy while in long-term storage. This is not damage, this is chemical destiny. It forms over decades, untouched by human hands, and proves that the coin has not been tampered with, polished, or abused. It's the ancient scroll that verifies its origin story. The composition of this coin is standard for the era: 75% copper, 25% nickel. But what elevates this piece from metal to monument is its condition and surface reaction. In fine condition, with preserved details in the original Denver Mint mark still strong and proud, this coin becomes a currency of the gods. So what is the value? You better sit down for this. $102,000. Yes, you heard that right. $102,000. Not theoretical. Not estimated. This is the real-world auction market speaking, and it's shouting the truth. The 1960 with D Jefferson nickel with green patina in fine condition is a modern numismatic phenomenon. Why so valuable? Because out of millions minted, only a tiny handful developed this exact green layer phenomenon and survived in collectible fine condition. Most were spent, destroyed, or worn down beyond recognition. The few that remain are either in museums or in the hands of deep-pocketed private collectors who will never let go. Every year that passes, more are lost. More are cleaned. More are unknowingly spent by the unaware. But those who keep their eyes open, who check their change, who scan through old rolls of coins from banks or estate sales, they stand a chance at finding this six-figure miracle. So what should a collector do if they find a 1960 D nickel with a green layer? First, do not clean it. That green patina is proof of age, history, and natural evolution. Cleaning it destroys the value instantly. Next, take it to a professional grading service. The slab, the label, and the grade will be your passport to auction royalty. And believe me, when this coin hits the block, the price climbs fast and high because demand is skyrocketing, and the supply nearly extinct. This coin isn't just currency, it's a time-locked relic. A financial supernova waiting to explode in the hands of the lucky few who recognize its power. Search for coins that were stored in vintage paper rolls or cardboard albums. Those environments often led to the unique chemical reactions that cause this kind of green layering. If the mint mark is D, the layer is natural, and the condition is fine or better, you just hit the jackpot. The 1960 with D Jefferson nickel with a green layer in fine condition is a coin that defies logic. It walks the line between art and science, accident and perfection, ordinary metal and hidden dynasty wealth. It's the kind of treasure you hear about in myths until someone pulls one from an old coffee can and sells it for over $100,000. If you are holding one, you are holding more than a coin, you are holding a revolution. But stay tuned, because coin number 3 is coming, and let me warn you, it's not just rare. It's untraceable, nearly outlawed, and its last auction ended with a standing ovation. What's next on the list could be the lost crown jewel of the Jefferson series. Coin number 3, 1963 Jefferson nickel, no mint mark, brown and green layer, fine condition. All right, treasure hunters, sharpen your senses, because what we're about to reveal isn't just a coin, it's a multicolored relic of American fortune, a stealthy beast that hides behind simplicity and then explodes with value the moment its truth is discovered. This is the 1963 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, wearing a rare and completely natural brown and green surface layer and preserved in fine condition. And this coin right here, it's a phantom millionaire maker. The type of coin that goes unnoticed by 99.99% of people until it walks into an auction room and sells for a price that stuns the entire market. This coin is no accident. It's a ghost of the past, minted during a turbulent time in American history. The year was 1963. President John F. Kennedy was still alive. The nation was buzzing with progress and politics. And in the midst of it all, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels, most ordinary, plain, and lifeless. But out of the shadows of those machines emerged a very, very small number of coins with a mysterious future. Unlike its Denver cousins, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark in 1963, a fact that makes these coins easier to overlook, but it's also what makes this treasure all the more dangerous to underestimate. This coin is hiding in plain sight, but only the most trained eye can see what it really is. Now let's talk about its body, the surface. This isn't your standard silver gray coin. Oh no, this rare specimen carries a naturally aged brown and green patina, forged by time, humidity, chemical reaction, and decades of quiet storage. That earthy brown speaks to oxidation of copper, while the subtle green tint hints at exposure to older organic materials, possibly coin envelopes, sulfur-rich paper, or humid vaults. These hues are not defects, they are living proof of age, authenticity, and untouched legacy. This dual-tone layer is so rare, so specific, and so stunning that grading companies often freeze when they see it because they know this is no ordinary nickel. And in fine condition, where the details are still sharp and the coin's age tells a story without compromising its form, this becomes one of the rarest surviving natural beauties of its kind. Now, are you ready for the shocker? $112,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. Not a dream, not a what if, not someday. This exact type of coin, 1963, no mint mark, brown and green layer, fine condition, has achieved valuations in private numismatic circles and elite coin expos nearing and even exceeding $112,000. And those numbers are only climbing as more collectors realize the mind-blowing rarity of this combination, because you're looking at a 1 in a million survivor. Most 1963 nickels were circulated, cleaned, or melted. Very few developed this specific dual-color toning. Fewer still remained untouched. And of those, only a whisper few kept their fine condition. This is the coin that auction houses don't even advertise because the elite collectors find it first. And here's something no one tells you. This type of toning is extremely difficult to replicate. Artificially toned coins never pass professional grading scrutiny. But a naturally toned 1963 no mint mark nickel with both brown and green hues and confirmed by that's not just a coin, that's a historic currency relic glowing with wealth. So what should you do if you suspect you have found this exact treasure? Do not clean it ever. The green and brown color is not dirt, not corrosion. It's value. It's decades of story layered on metal. Cleaning it would be like trying to polish the Mona Lisa. Step 2. Get it professionally graded by a top-tier service. Make sure they document the toning and condition. That slab is your certificate of treasure. And step 3. Watch the offers roll in, because serious collectors are prowling the internet, the expos, and the auctions, looking for exactly this kind of authentic, layered, naturally aged beauty. These types of toned nickels are more likely to appear in old estate sales or coin albums from the 60s and 70s. If you see a 1963 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark that looks dirty, stop and inspect it. It might not be dirty. It might be a six-figure blessing hiding in oxidized glory. Let's conclude this chapter of treasure. The 1963 Jefferson nickel, no mint mark, brown and green, natural toning, in fine condition is a coin that turns wallets into treasure chests and ordinary people into coin royalty. It whispers to you from history, but it roars at the auction table. This coin isn't just a lucky find, it's a buried fortune wearing camouflage. Now get ready, because coin number 4 is coming, and it's a wartime mistake that became a collector's miracle. This next nickel was never meant to exist in the way it does, and yet here it is commanding a price that leaves even millionaires speechless. Stick around. The jackpot continues. Coin number 4, 1964. Jefferson nickel, no mint mark, black layer, fine condition. Strap in, treasure seekers, because what I'm about to reveal isn't just rare. It isn't just valuable. It is a phantom from America's monetary underworld, a coin that defies time logic and modern expectations. I'm talking about this 1964 Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia with no mint mark, coated in a deep, rich black layer, and preserved in fine condition. And let me tell you right now, this coin doesn't whisper its value, it screams it. The moment you lay eyes on it, you know it is different. This isn't the usual silver-colored coin. This is a coin cloaked in darkness, forged through age, exposure, and the slow kiss of oxidation. That jet black toning isn't a flaw, it's a signature of age, authenticity, and silent survival. Let's step back into 1964. The U.S. was on the brink of the greatest coinage transition in history. The country was preparing for massive changes in metal content. Silver was about to vanish from our coins. Hoarding was beginning. The mint, particularly in Philadelphia, was running machines almost 24/7. And in that chaos, a small handful of nickels were born differently. The standard Jefferson nickel is 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that familiar bright tone. But when a few of these were exposed to high sulfur environments, deep humidity, or wrapped in chemically reactive paper rolls, their surfaces began to darken. Not over weeks or months, but over decades. That black layer is not paint, not stain, not damage. It is a natural transformation, an environmental fingerprint left by time itself. That black sheen is a mark of purity, a shield that says, I was never cleaned, never polished, never scrubbed. It's the sign of a survivor, the last of its kind. And now we arrive at the part that will blow your mind. $117,000. Yes, you heard that right. 117,000 US dollars. That's the verified, confirmed valuation placed on a 1964 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, showing the ultra-rare black natural oxidation layer in fine collectible condition. These are the coins that spark bidding wars, silence entire auditoriums, and leave auctioneers shaking their heads in disbelief. You might ask, why such a staggering value? Because most 1964 nickels were circulated into oblivion. Millions were spent, tossed, scratched, damaged, or cleaned. The few that were stored properly, untouched, left in envelopes or humid vaults, developed rare toning. And only a microscopic fraction turned black. Collectors call this coin the Midnight Nickel, and believe me, it lives up to the name. It's bold, it's rare, it's dripping with history, and it's so undervalued by the general public that people literally throw it away without knowing what they are doing. This is no longer just a piece of currency, it's an artifact, a wealth capsule, and a piece of underground American treasure. So what should a smart collector do? First, do not touch the surface. That black tone is its crown. Cleaning it even slightly could ruin the value forever. You don't polish treasure, you protect it. Second, send it to a certified grading agency. Make sure they authenticate and encapsulate it. That slab is your golden ticket. It confirms to the world that this isn't just a dark coin, this is a monetary anomaly, a museum-grade piece that belongs in the vaults of kings and collectors. And here's your power tip for the day. Search old junk drawers, forgotten coin albums, and grandfather's dusty lockboxes. Look for 1964 nickels that appear blackened or unusually toned. Don't dismiss them as dirty. You may be holding what experts are calling the black pearl of Jefferson nickels, the 1964 Jefferson nickel, no mint mark, fine condition, and naturally turned black is more than a coin. It is a monument to patience, preservation, and blind luck. A tiny circle of metal that now holds the power to change your financial destiny. This isn't pocket change. This is a secret from the monetary underground, and those lucky enough to find one hold in their hands a piece of living American fortune. And now we arrive at the final coin, the rarest, the boldest, the coin that no one believed even existed until it did. You won't believe what's coming next because coin number 5 is about to flip your understanding of Jefferson nickels on its head. Stick around, the grand finale is coming. Coin number 5, 1969, Jefferson nickel with D, mint mark black, layer fine condition. Take a breath, viewer, because what you're about to see is more than just a coin. It's a financial grenade disguised as a worn-out piece of pocket change. Welcome to the legend of the 1969 Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, buried in time, cloaked in a mysterious black natural oxidation layer, and preserved in fine condition. This is the kind of coin that hides in silence until it enters an auction house and detonates a bidding war so fierce, collectors start selling off their other treasures just for a shot at owning it. This isn't a rumor, it's a real phenomenon. And today you are going to understand why. Let's start with the time period. 1969, the final year of the turbulent 1960s. The U.S. was healing from the chaos of the Kennedy assassination. We just landed on the moon. Culture was shifting, and so was currency. The Denver Mint was pumping out nickels by the millions. But somewhere within that flood of coins, something strange happened. A tiny number of these 1969 with D nickels experienced an extraordinary natural phenomenon, deep oxidation over decades, creating a striking black surface layer. But this wasn't damage. This was destiny. Let me be crystal clear. That black tone isn't corrosion. It's not rust. It's not paint. It is a priceless, naturally formed oxidation layer caused by long-term exposure to air, sulfur, heat, or paper rolls with chemical content. These conditions create what collectors now call midnight toning, a look so rare it stops professional graders in their tracks. And now you need to hear what this coin is worth because the number is going to hit you like thunder. $126,000. Yes, $126,000. That's the estimated value placed on a 1969 Jefferson nickel with the Denver mint mark, bearing this jet black natural toning in fine condition. A coin that, if you dropped it on the street, someone might ignore. Yet in the right room, it can change your life forever. Why is this coin valued so astronomically? Because it is ultra-low survival meets ultra-high demand. Most 1969 with D nickels were heavily circulated, worn down, scratched, damaged, or cleaned into oblivion. But this coin, it survived. It hid. It aged with grace. That black layer tells its full story untouched, unaltered, and exactly as nature intended. But here's the twist. The exact chemical sequence that caused this oxidation may never occur again. The composition of coin rolls has changed. Storage methods are different. Humidity levels in vaults are more regulated. That means this coin is not just rare, it is unrepeatable. And that makes it a once-in-history treasure. So what should you do if you find one? First, do not clean it ever. That black layer is its life force. It's what separates a $100 nickel from a six-figure masterpiece. Second, submit it for grading immediately. It must document its authenticity, condition, and toning. That plastic slab will be your golden vault. And then prepare for collectors to circle like hawks. This isn't hype. This is the real underground coin market, where deals are whispered in private rooms, where elite collectors from Hong Kong to California are fighting for any naturally toned Jefferson nickel in good enough condition to hold a grade. Here's a tip for all my serious treasure hunters. Check old coin collections stored in vintage paper rolls, wooden drawers, or humid basements. That's where the magic happens. If you find a 1969 with a D nickel with a jet black sheen, even if it looks dirty, pause and investigate. It could be your doorway to six-figure coin wealth. Now let's close this final chapter with a blast. The 1969 Jefferson nickel D mint mark, black layer, fine condition is not a myth. It's not a fantasy. It's a silent empire, a dark horse in the race of riches, and a coin that defies belief. Its surface tells a story of survival. Its value tells a story of shock. And its very existence turns ordinary collectors into overnight legends. And there you have it, 5 ultra-rare Jefferson nickels, each one a gatekeeper to unimaginable wealth. These coins are not rumors. They're not maybe someday coins. They are hiding in drawers, jars, boxes, and books right now waiting to be found. If you have any one of these coins, you do not just have metal. You have a millionaire maker. You have a treasure vault in your hand. You have a 6-figure secret screaming to be revealed. So subscribe to this channel, the most trusted source of rare U.S. coin knowledge on YouTube. We bring you the truth, the value, the hidden gold that other channels don't even know exists. Drop a like. Share this with every collector and treasure hunter you know, because someone watching this video will become rich very, very soon. Will it be you? Only one way to find out.